Welcome everyone to the next installment of the Collaborative Circle presented to you by the Long Island Collaborative Divorce Professionals. Today I'm joined for a professional spotlight by my friend and colleague, Alyse Parise. Alyse practices as a licensed clinical social worker, psychotherapist, and business and life coach. And in the collaborative process, she acts in the role of the family support specialist. Alyse, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Jackie, for having me.
So today we're going to want to highlight your professional experiences and who you are so that the people out there can get to know you a little bit better. And so I'd like to start by asking you how you feel that your professional background and personal experiences have led you to do this collaborative work.
It's such a great question as to why we get into the fields that we're in. And I've been a psychotherapist for, oh my God, almost 30 years. I also do some business and life coaching. I originally came from a business background or a design business background. And so I was looking for more meaning in my world back then. And that's when I went back and did a master's in social work and became a psychotherapist. Anyway, long story short. So what really drew me to collaborative is the model. I love the fact that in collaborative, it's a team approach. Mm-hmm. And the mental health person called family support specialist or called divorce coach, whichever one you want, same deal. We're really bringing our expertise with feelings and thoughts and how to deal with conflict and help to bring collaborative, really to hold the name collaborative as representing a transparent process that everybody is actually collaborating.
I love that.
And it is the team approach that really drew me to do collaborative divorce work, because I, as a family support specialist, is part of the team with the two attorneys, with the financial specialist, and maybe a child specialist if that's what's needed. Right. And we're all there to work together for the betterment of the couple who is getting divorced. So it is that team approach that I'm not alone, each person's not alone, the couple isn't alone, that the couple is there supported by this almost like this family of professionals to work through to get an agreement that's going to work for them in the long term and not just in the short term.
Right, right. And I know I've heard you say before that you will coach the couple to some extent. How do you actually do that in practice?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because it's the differentiation between, we're not doing therapy.
Right.
Like when I'm doing therapy with a client, I'm going back in the past and how that reflects on what's coming up and, you know, much more of a healing place. In the process as a divorce coach or a family support specialist, my role really is to help keep moving the process forward and see where the stuck places are. And then how do I help the couple move through the stuck places? And sometimes my role also is there with helping the team. So it's sort of helping as a witness to look at the processes. How are we working together? Where might we be even getting stuck as professionals in working with this couple? So it's a really wonderful and empowering role to be in, because it's helping the process, and it's helping the process within the process, and then helping the process within the couples themselves. And so one of the things I really bring to the process is I'm a very creative person. And so one of the places I got something out from a couple that I've worked with, it was really helping them at, at one point they were really stuck and they weren't remembering that they had a lot of supports around them. And so this was a drawing which, helped to describe all of the people that are around them who were supporting and a backbone in the process. And that the couple also are there for each other, even though they're divorcing, because they have a child.
Yes. Oh,
And so that's also what's so key is that in the
Hmm.
collaborative process, our role is to not have the children be used as pawns, against each other. It's really
Absolutely.
about, being transparent and coming together and really working together still for the benefit of the children or
Right.
with
What a
children.
great exercise. What a great exercise. Demonstration to the parties. And you raise the issue of the children. And do you find that by working in this process, you are able to lessen the impact, the negative impacts on the children of these families?
Yes, yes, and yes. I mean, I've worked with couples over the years, I've worked with families over the years, and I've seen, and I'm going to say the word hideous, the hideous
Mm.
endings and the impact on children. I've worked with a couple in the past where there is, parental alienation, where one parent alienates against the other, and the child never wants to see that parent again. I mean, I've seen the whole manifestation. I've seen where people bring up false charges of abuse. Not that I also work with people. There has been serious abuse, but like there's so many ways that children get used in the process. And one of the things in collaborative is we're all being transparent. We're all working together. We're all working so that the child's interest and the children's interests are center and foremost in terms of helping to craft, an agreement that's going to work long term.
Right.
And of course, it's different when a child is a baby versus when the child's going to be on 3 and 5 and 7 and 10. And so we do our best in the collaborative process to help with the parenting plan to, make a blueprint for time.
Right. Right. And sometimes that results in working with the couple on a long-term plan, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Beyond just the short-term collaborative process that may last, a few months to a year,
Yeah.
perhaps. So
Yeah.
you may even work with them beyond that.
Right. I mean, one of the things as the role, the family support specialist can come back in and be called upon in years to come with the couple to help
Mhm.
work through stuff if they get stuck again. So it's a
Right.
wonderful opportunity to be able to do that.
Definitely. Definitely. And just to go back to one other point that you raised, so you find that this collaborative process works even in even the most high conflict cases.
So that's a it depends answer.
Hmm.
If there's real conflict that either party is not going to be transparent and wants to hide things and just wants to get back at the other party, that's not collaborative. It's not going to work.
Right.
Because, one of the things when we commit to collaborative is to be transparent and that we're going to rule out litigation. And
Right.
so if the couple then decides this isn't working and then it's starting all over again and going the litigative path. But if people can know that, of course, we're going to have some conflict, we're going to have disagreements. That's why we're getting divorced in the first place. But it's having the team to help support them to manage that conflict so that each person gets heard and we come to a place where, as much as possible, there's a win win. It's not always super win win. Of course, we have to give and take. What I see though in litigation is it's definitely win lose scenarios. And I've seen that time and time again.
Mm, I have too. I have too, and it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Well, I know you join me in my sentiments of believing that this is a better way of going about divorce.
Yes.
And I thank you for being here with me today. Do you have any other thoughts or points that you wanted to bring out?
Just, if you're interested, get in touch with us at the Long
Mhm.
Island Center for.
Yes, the Long Island Collaborative Divorce Professionals.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, LICDP, LICDP. I mean, we get into acronyms,
A
right? And we're
big
like,
name.
so we like to have some fun too and smile and really help people through the process. And that's what we're here for. And I think the team approach, like so many things in life, when we have more than one perspective and more than one professional helping us, it makes such a world of difference instead of trying to go it alone and just have
Right.
the attorneys represent you and fight it out in court. I mean, that's the other thing. There's no court, there's no waiting time outside court, there's none of that. And
Right.
so, yeah.
Right. I agree. I agree. Well, thank you, Alyse, and thank you everyone who joined us today. And as Alyse said, we really do welcome you to reach out to our group, to visit our website, and to call any of the professionals in our group if you are interested in learning more. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, everyone.